Let me ask you something. So if you go to bed at 2 a.m. and wake up at 10 a.m., you still got 8 hours of sleep, right? So that should be just as healthy as falling asleep at 10 p.m. and waking up at 6 a.m., right? Not exactly. Our body doesn't just care about how long you sleep, it cares about when you sleep. So hello, my name is Heather Henning, and I am owner and founder of Remarkably Wellness. I'm a naturopath and multi-specialty wellness practitioner. And after my video on Wired but Tired, I had a couple people reach out and ask the question, does it matter when I sleep as long as I'm getting those hours in? So it does. Short answer, yes, it makes a difference when. Your body runs on a built-in clock called the circadian rhythm. It's a 24-hour biological clock or rhythm that tells your body when to wake up, when to sleep, when to release hormones, and even when to detoxify the brain and different organs in your body. So as the sun rises, your cortisol level naturally rises to help wake you up. And then throughout the day, it starts to decrease. As the sun sets, melatonin naturally rises to help your body prep for sleep. So our body literally is designed to follow the rhythm of light. So taking a closer look at this, different hours throughout the day actually do different jobs in your body. So again, at nighttime, this is important. Our organs were designed throughout the night to help cleanse them and detoxify and repair them. So for example, your liver, your large intestine, your lungs, this is all happening while you're sleeping, and these are important organs, right? So early in the night, you actually have a growth hormone release. You have physical repair taking place from everything you've done throughout the day before, and your immune function is also working to be improved, okay? So then later in your sleep, your lymphatic system, which is part of your brain, this is where the brain detoxifies later. And memory consolidation happens here, emotional processing happens here. This is why we can have those dreams that are feels like right before we wake up. And the thing is, what most of us miss is this sleep before midnight. This sleep before midnight actually tends to be the deepest restorative repair that our body does. It's where the repair work takes place. And a lot of us skip that and we push through it, and then we get this second wind and we're like, all right, let's go. And the thing is, that energy was not made for let's go. That energy was made to repair and heal the body while you're sleeping. So here's something interesting. It's where the idea that everyone needs exactly 8 hours of sleep is actually relatively modern. It's a modern concept. So before electricity and industrial work schedules, people actually followed the natural cycle of light. Many cultures had 2 sleep cycles, so they would have early evening sleep and then a waking period and then what they called second sleep. And during this waking period is when a lot of creativity took place. So it is, the idea is that this is where a lot of our musical compositions and poetry and creative works actually took place earlier before the Industrial Revolution. So the Industrial Revolution, factories needed workers to have a consistent schedule, and this is where that concept of standardized sleep actually came into play. So not that 8 hours is wrong. Most adults do thrive between 7 and 9 hours of sleep. What matters is that alignment with the circadian rhythm. So different signs that your body or your rhythm is off are that wired but tired feeling, which I talked about in a previous video, which preempted this video. Trouble falling asleep, trouble staying asleep, waking between that 1 and 3 a.m. time period, having afternoon crashes and brain fog, stubborn weight gain, and even hormonal imbalance. So when this rhythm is disrupted by late nights and artificial light, screens, and stress, your body starts to lose that natural rhythm. So simple ways to reset this rhythm that you can do at home, first starting with getting morning sunlight within the first 30 minutes of waking up. So if you can get outside and just take a couple deep breaths in the direction of the sunrise, If you can't get outside or it's too cold, I recommend just getting to a window and facing the direction of the sun, even if you can't see it. If it's behind a building or behind some trees, I still recommend you face that and get that light getting into the brain and getting it prepped and releasing those hormones so that you can begin your day. Having a consistent bedtime and wake time. Consistency is really important. Our body just thrives on routine, so the more you do it, the better your body is going to get at it and improve your sleep. This does not happen overnight. It's not going to be, do this for a week and say, oh, Heather, this isn't working, I'm still struggling. Yeah, you probably are. You need to give your body that routine and give it time and give it grace to get used to this new routine. A lot happens inside our cells. It's not just a quick fix. And then reduce the blue light at night. So get off the screens, turn off the TV. So many people say, but that helps me fall asleep and it's, my company, or it helps me de-stress. And that's okay to do earlier, but whenever you're getting closer to bedtime, it's actually causing a disruption in the brain so that you're not producing that melatonin properly, you're not releasing those hormones properly, and you just need to get into a more calming state. I also recommend that you eat earlier in the evening because this will actually reduce the chance of those blood sugar dips and spikes throughout the night that can actually wake you up. And again, this goes into the play of the role of hormones. Dimming lights after sunset is important instead of having those bright lights in our home. Again, the screens. I do recommend the old-fashioned warm light bulbs to be on at nighttime. And also, just like we did in the morning, go back, find a window, face the direction of the sunset. And even if you can, get outside and ground yourself and just let that nighttime, that sunset light get into the brain and start prepping it for the melatonin release so that you can get a good night's rest. Also, making it routine to calm your nervous system before bed is a really great thing. And different ways you can do this at home would be before bed, make it a routine. Have breathing exercises that you do, belly breaths, even chest breathing because you want to strengthen the lungs. Having time in prayer and meditation. You can even use different supplements that we offer here at the office as well. Some of those would be magnesium and mineral balancing. I actually like to diffuse essential oils that are grounding and just help calm my nervous system. And I do that, an hour or two before bedtime just to start prepping my body, not making it have to flip a switch right away. And I even do stretching exercises and my breathing exercises while I sit or stand on my whole body vibration plate, which I just tuck under my bed and then pull out at night and just do, 5 to maybe 10 minutes just to get relaxed, shake off that stress before I lay down in bed. Another thing you can do when you lay in bed, do a progression of, it's a body contracting, releasing progression where you start at your toes and you squeeze, 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 and then you release. And then you work up to the legs and squeeze and contract those muscles, and then you release and work to the belly and the arms and the chest and even the face. And you want to do both sides. So when you squeeze your chest, you're also squeezing in the shoulder blades. When you squeeze your core, you're feeling it in the back where the back's coming to the belly button and the belly button to the spine. And you do this so that on your breath work, as you breathe in, you squeeze, and then on your exhale, you just release and let go, and it helps you to ragdoll and really relax. Let go of tension that's built throughout the day. So your body was beautifully and wonderfully made. It was designed with rhythms and cycles put in place, and when we work with those rhythms, instead of against them, healing is a lot easier. So if this was helpful and you'd like to learn more, I suggest you subscribe. Just hit the button down below to subscribe so you don't miss any future videos. And until then, live remarkably and heal naturally. Thank you.